So in today's video, I want to share with you how I've saved $75,000 by living in this van. So it's definitely not a perfect calculation, but let me explain to you how I got there. So I have had my van for about 3.5 years, or 40 months if you want to be exact. I bought it in September of 2020. So that means I haven't paid rent in 40 months. Cheers to that! So before I lived in the van, I was living in different apartments across California, and I looked back at my average rent prices, and I was paying an average of $1,047.50 per month. And we all know that rent prices have gone up drastically over the last few years, so we're gonna do a couple adjustments to see what it would be today. So according to Google, the average rent price in California right now is $1,837 a month. And some websites show even higher prices in the areas that I was renting in the past. So the simple math is that if average rent prices are $1,837 in California, and I've been living in the van for 40 months, that equals $74,920. So I've saved that, right? Wait. Okay, I know what you're thinking. What about car insurance and gas prices and campgrounds and water and dump stations and all of the things that I have to pay for that I wouldn't if I was in an apartment? I'm gonna answer those. So let's get into it. My car insurance. You're right, that one's expensive. And gas. That one's also expensive. I get 13 miles to the gallon in this lovely van. Campgrounds, I don't pay much for campgrounds. And then as far as gas and water, I have a state beach pass, so it's free. So while there are certain things that I do have to pay more for, some things that I don't have to pay for monthly are things like garbage, electricity, gas, and heat. One thing that I do think should be taken into account is where I've spent my weekends since I've been in the van, because I do have a remote job, which means I work in person, but on the weekends I essentially go on a vacation every weekend. So if we are calculating based on me having the van for 40 months, that means I've had about 174 weekends. And even if we don't count all of those weekends, like let's count 150 of those weekends. And let's say that I was staying at an Airbnb for all of those vacations I'm going on. If we calculated $75 a night at an Airbnb, 2 nights per weekend, that adds up to $22,500. So in my mind, I have gone on $22,000 worth of vacations. Okay, now obviously if I lived in an apartment, I would not be going on a vacation every weekend. I would not have spent $22,000. But the point is that I have essentially been able to do that while also saving money. So if you made it to the end of the video, I will spill the secret. I paid around $75,000 for this van. It cost $45,000 for the van to begin with, and then conversion costs were around $30,000. So while I did save $75,000, I also spent $75,000. So I essentially, in my mind, I broke even. But tell me what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think that I saved money? Do you think that I still ended up spending more than I'm thinking I did? Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe!